How many of you have had a boss who acts like the company would just collapse without you, but yet still refuses to pay you what you're worth? Me too. And here's the thing they don't want you to know. You don't need them. You know why? Because remote work is booming and it's giving the people ultimate freedom. Not just to work from home, but to take their laptops and work from anywhere in the world, including Spain or Bali, or that random cafe with a really good tiramisu in Italy. That sounds great, doesn't it? Remember that place? Let's get into this. Let me hit you with a stat that your boss is probably trying to ignore. In 2024, 70% of workers worldwide are doing their jobs remotely at least once a week. And that's not a fluke, it's a revolution. It's not just tech bros coding from their living rooms. We're talking teachers, accountants, customer service reps, creatives. Employers hate it because it gives you the power. You can work for a company in New York while living your best life in Madrid. Meanwhile, your boss is stuck in a cubicle drinking stale coffee. Now that's poetic justice, isn't it? Now, remote work isn't one size fits all. There's a buffet of options out there. So just grab a plate and let's dive in. First off, we've got freelancing. Now, this is perfect if you're the kind of person who hates being told what to do. Freelancers work for themselves, taking on projects like writing, graphic design, or consulting. Now, the pro here is that you're your own boss. The con is that you're also your own boss, and you can't call out sick from yourself because the money still has to keep rolling in. Then there's full-time remote work. You're on someone's payroll, but you're not tied to a specific location. This is great if you want stability without the office politics. Next up, part-time remote jobs. Maybe you're just dipping your toes in or you've got other commitments. This will give you that flexibility you want while keeping a steady paycheck coming in. Now, don't sleep on gig work. Platforms like Upwork and Fiverr, they let you take on short-term projects. It's not steady, but it's a great way to build experience or make quick cash for that Spain fund. Lastly, there's teaching or tutoring online. English teachers are in high demand, and depending on your qualifications, you could make upwards of $15 to $30 an hour. All you need is a webcam and a decent command of the language. Even if your grammar isn't perfect, trust me, you're still ahead of most native speakers on the internet. And let's not forget passive income streams like selling courses or ebooks, but we're going to save that for another day. You see the range here, right? I mean, whether you're tech savvy or just know how to write an email that doesn't sound like a ransom note, there's something for you. All right, let's get into the numbers, because I already know some of y'all are like, but does it pay? Oh, honey, it pays. Check this out. Customer service rep. This job pays about $15 an hour, but this is the classic remote job. If you can handle answering calls or responding to emails without wanting to throw your computer out the window, you're golden. Companies are always hiring for this because, let's face it, customers never stop complaining. And the best part, you can do it from home in your pajamas. Virtual assistant, which averages about $20 an hour or more. If you've got a knack for organization, this is for you. You'll be managing schedules, booking appointments, responding to emails, and keeping someone else's chaos under control. All from your couch. Think of it as being a personal assistant, but you don't have to get their coffee. Project manager. Now, for this, you can expect to earn about $50,000 to $100K a year. If you got leadership skills, you can coordinate teams, plan projects, and make sure everyone meets their deadlines, all remotely. It's like being the boss, except you don't have to awkwardly hang around the break room trying to look approachable. Software developer. They can earn up to $120K a year. Now, if you know how to code, you're basically sitting on a gold mine. Developers are in high demand, and they can work from anywhere. Every time I turn around, I ask someone who lives overseas, what do you do for a living? And they tell me, I do coding. So there you go. I mean, picture this. You're in a beachfront villa in Bali coding while sipping on a coconut. Now that's goals. Now, an always popular job is that of online tutors, which earn about $15 to $30 an hour, teaching English, math, or even SAT prep. This has never been easier, folks. Platforms like VipKid connect you with students around the globe. And no, you don't need a teaching degree, just patience and a decent internet connection. And you got to have patience to be working with those kids. And sometimes they're older adults too. How about a content writer? You can get about $25 to $50 an hour for this. If you love writing, this is for you. Companies need blog posts, articles, web content, and they'll pay you to create it. Plus, you get to learn random stuff like the history of avocado toast or why cats hate cucumbers. But again, notice how wide the range is. So whether you're tech savvy, love helping people, or just know how to write an email without typos, there's a remote job out there for you. Remote work isn't just for one type of person. It's for anyone who's ready to ditch the office grind and try something new. And I already know what you're going to ask me next. So where exactly are these jobs? Well, I'll tell you this, your boss certainly ain't advertising them in the break room. Let's break down the best websites that have them. FlexJobs. This one's for serious job hunters. It's a paid site, but they curate listings so you don't have to sift through scams or junk postings. Think of it as your VIP pass to legit remote work opportunities. Then there's We Work Remotely. As the name suggests, this site is all about remote jobs. From tech roles to customer service, they've got it all. The interface is super clean, and I really like that. And you won't waste time on jobs that require office attendance. Remote.co. That's another top contender. This site has an easy to navigate layout and lists jobs across industries. Plus, they've got a blog with tips for remote work newbies, so no excuses. Upwork. Now, if you're freelancing, Upwork is a goldmine. You create a profile, bid on projects, and boom, you're in business. Whether it's writing, graphic design, or admin work, there's something for everyone. Just don't underbid yourself, okay? Fiverr. That's another great platform for freelancers. The twist here is that you set up a gig and buyers come to you. You want to write Instagram captions or design logos? This right here is your playground. Then there's TopTal. This one's for the big leagues. TopTal connects you with high-paying gigs, but you have to pass their rigorous screening process. Now, if you're a pro, though, this is where the money's at. VipKid. This one's for teachers or anyone who loves working with kids. This is a fantastic option. You'll be teaching English to students in China, and they handle the lesson plans for you. So basically, you just have to show up and teach. It's a win-win situation. And the bonus is that you don't have to deal with classroom tantrums from those kids. Can you tell I love kids? Teachaway. That's another teaching platform that lets you work remotely. Whether it's English or another subject, they connect you with students worldwide. AngelList. If you're in tech or a startup enthusiast, this site is perfect. It's focused on connecting you with remote jobs at startups, and many of them pay really well. Stack Overflow. Now this site is your go-to. It's packed with listings for software engineers, programmers, and anyone fluent in coding languages I can't even pronounce. ProBlogger. Now writers, this one's for you. ProBlogger specializes in connecting you with blogging gigs. If you've got a way with words, this is a solid place to start. Contena or Contina. Contona? I don't know, but it's another great platform for writers. It's paid, but the listings are high quality and it's a fantastic way to find consistent work. And a very important thing I want to tell you guys, when you're searching, always use keywords like remote, virtual, work from home. And if the job description mentions anything about mandatory team lunches, just run for the door. Because you're not here for the office pizza party. You're here to build a life of freedom. So how do you actually transition to remote work and move overseas? Let's make this actionable. If you're stuck in a 9-to-5 but dreaming of working remotely overseas, this is going to be your game plan. Number 1, figure out your skills. Are you good at writing, organizing, teaching? Match your talents to the remote jobs that I just mentioned. And number 2, update your resume. Highlight skills like communication, time management, and self-motivation because these all scream remote ready. Number 3, network like your life depends on it. Join LinkedIn groups, follow remote-friendly companies, and connect with people in those industries. Number 4, start small. Freelance or part-time gigs are great ways to ease into this. Number 5, research digital nomad visas because countries like Spain, Portugal, and Estonia are rolling out the red carpet for remote workers. Just make sure you've got a good Wi-Fi setup. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Why do employers hate remote work? Because it terrifies them. Remote work gives you options, and options mean that you can walk out of that door at any time. Your boss isn't scared of you working remotely. They're scared of losing control. They know the second you realize you don't need to sit in traffic for an hour to be productive, their power trip is over. Let me leave you with this. Remote work is freedom. It's freedom to live where you want, work where you want, live how you want to live, and design a life that makes you happy. If you're tired of this office grind, this is your sign to make a change. So tell me, where do you dream of working from? Let me know in the comments below. And if this video spoke to you, hit that subscribe button and join the movement. Together we rise, together we thrive. See you next time. Ta-ta, darlings.